This is the Ulanzi Urig Pro. I can't imagine there's a non-pro version, but whatever. This is pretty much the rig that Soderbergh used for filming much of his High Flying Bird, the Netflix sports drama he shot entirely on an iPhone 7. I could possibly stop there, because if that's not enough endorsement, I don't know what is. But let's have a look. How could this thing be useful? Well, it turns out that phones were made for texting and talking, not filming. Who knew? Oddly, when using a smartphone for filming, the fact that it's small and light and can go in your pocket makes it less credible as a hands-on camera. When the film industry talks about professional cameras and what Americans call form factor, which everyone else just calls the design, they tend to mean that it's the right size, shape and weight for the task. That design has been trending to the as small as possible for a while as technology packs more and more capability into smaller and smaller spaces, but it just feels like a smartphone is a step too far. And you know what? It doesn't feel right somehow either. You want to be able to grab the thing and haul it around and add bits of kit to it easily, which is what this does. So that in a nutshell is the point of one of these rigs. Let me give you some factors you might not have considered. Number one, you will drop your phone while filming. It's going to happen. It could be dropped while packing down, it could be in a simple grip on a tripod that gets knocked over, it could be knocked off a table. I didn't expect just how much confidence it could add in just not worrying about my smartphone being bashed about. I tested this out with my kids on a long, chilly coastal walk over the Christmas break, and when I gave it to my kids to make a slow motion sequence for fun, they promptly dropped it on some rocks. Not only was the phone protected by this rugged frame, it didn't even budge. This clamp secures your phone like a vice. In fact, it's actually a bit of a trick to get in. You've got to loosen this, obviously. You've got to shove it up from the bottom and make it slide into place, and then you can tighten it up to lock it further. The only drawback is you'll inevitably take a few screenshots, and in my case set off Siri because you can only grip the ends of the phone when you do it, but it's not a big deal. Number two, it can expand the ways you use your smartphone. Now you can just use it as it comes out of the box, and obviously these two handles give you a variety of ways to hold your smartphone like it is a camera, but you can then easily add it to a tripod or Gorilla Grip using any of these standard threads, including a slider or dolly. So for B-roll, you've suddenly got a kind of multi-purpose roll cage that keeps your expensive telecommunications device safe, and you can just get on with filming. I also mentioned adding kit to it, which is the point of these cold shoe mounts. If you didn't know, cameras have a cold shoe mount for adding either a monitor, preamp or a light. Not having any such mount on a smartphone limits its use, so the Urig solves this problem by having 3 of them. The most obvious thing to add is a transmitter for a radio mic, and suddenly this is a very portable vlogging setup. So if currently your main camera is a smartphone, or even if you just want the option to use your phone for filming in more situations where you don't want to cart about a load of gear, this cheap little hunk of plastic could be a solid investment. Hope I managed to bust some myths for you, and if you haven't already, watch this video if you want to know the difference between filming on a video camera versus filming on your phone, or this video if you want to know all about vlogging in public, and subscribe to be part of our YouTube channel growing mission. As we grow, we'll show you what we did and what we did do that didn't work, and we'll give you practical tips like this along the way.